Hello and thank you for joining us on Newsweek, where we highlight some of the biggest stories that made the headlines recently. I am Mark Otabo. President Tinubu meets new service chiefs, urges them to raise the bar with the situation going on around now. President Tinubu counters Trump's country of particular concern tag, says religious freedom is our identity. Court stops PDP convention for breach of party INEC rules. All the details in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. President Bola Tinubu has met with his newly appointed service chiefs at the presidential villa in Abuja, calling for a stronger results-driven approach to Nigeria's security challenges. Tinubu urged the security chiefs to adopt innovation technology and interagency coordination to tackle insurgents and banditry, stressing that excuses will no longer suffice. He described emerging armed groups as new snakes that must be decisively crushed. Now, joining us more on this conversation right here is political analyst right here in the studio with me, Dr. Ojikutu Adeni. How are you doing, Doctor?
Thank you. I'm very well.
It's good to have you. And of course, I've got right here in the studio as well, Executive Editor, TVC News, Kade Ladende. It's good to have you on the show this evening.
My pleasure.
All right, with the decoration of the new service chiefs coming on now, let me get to Kade very quickly. Kade, what do you think would be the roadmap right now that the new service chiefs have been decorated? What is your assessment with moving forward with what we will be expecting from this new operations of the service chiefs?
As it is, I would like to, unfortunately, we are driven by names. We are driven by leaving a legacy for yourself rather than building institution. Ideally, we should be talking about military who are committed to protecting the integrity and the border of the country. But we have a situation where you have to write your name in gold. We have a situation where within that 2 years or that tenure that you have, you've got to make a mark. Nigeria is faced with a whole lot. Like I said in one forum, that it's not just enough to have initial gra-gra. We are going to see a lot of that. By the way, there's been a lot of killings in the last 1 week, in case you're not aware. A lot of bandits have been taken out. Quite a lot of people are facing the music. I don't know what is responsible. Maybe the tag from America is also contributing to it. But whatever it is, we like the rhythm, but let it be sustained. Let us have a situation where we can say that this is a round peg in a round hole.
Right.
It is usually about building institution and not individual. We should look beyond the ethnic coloration and some other loyalties that we've been seeing. You should be loyal to the entity called Nigeria and not necessarily where you come from. So I have a great hope. I think it depends really about the commander-in-chief. And I think he has given them the marching order. Those words were very strong. Those words sounds like the words of commander-in-chief. Well, let's see the actual execution of these directives.
All right, Dr. Adeni, quickly, there is a concern here. Should there be a public performance scorecard for the military's counterinsurgency efforts? As a matter of fact, sometimes given the long history of underperformance or complacency or allegations of corruption in the security sector?
The scorecard should be a downward shift in number of occurrences of crime, of insurgents, of criminality, of kidnapping, of banditry, as we have termed it in different nomenclature. That is to say that if the figures are going down, the crime rate is reducing, people will automatically score the service chiefs high.
Okay.
So to score them is the reduction in criminality, the crime rate, the banditry that we will use to judge their tenure. Going forward is an opportunity. A lot of generals, a lot of brigadier generals, a lot of major generals, everybody within that brigadier general cadre to being a general are close in courses. So when their courses are closed, you know that if anything happens, if a president takes a decision of picking someone that is a brigadier general, most of the people that are seniors will go. So it's just an opportunity for you to
prove yourself.
to prove yourself and, put your name in gold.
Okay. Dr. Laidende, very quickly, beyond insurgency, Nigeria faces banditry, kidnapping, and separatist agitations. Now, can the new service chiefs really do a good job? Won't they be stretched thin? Because that's a concern now, if they have to face all of these pockets of problems everywhere accumulating over time.
As much as I'm very careful about discouraging sensitive security issues because I'm not an expert, but one thing I have seen over time from experience is the fact that when they have the right backing, when they have the right command, especially from the commander-in-chief, if you can say crush them, and it's not a political statement, if you can say wipe them out, and it's not a political statement, trust me, these bandits will be cleared. We have had a situation where a governor, specifically from Zamfara, says that even at my level, I know where these bandits are.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Okay. You said crush them. Why has the term crush them not been in use from the very inception when this whole thing started?
That's what I mean. If the president, his body language, his clear language is crush them, trust me, these bandits cannot withstand the military firepower. But there are many factors around it. That's why I came up with that disclaimer. Do you understand that I'm not an expert? But if the body language is in unison, the service chiefs cannot see any other thing. That when they say crush them, trust me, these guys can be wiped out. I'm not talking emotion here. We've had a situation where when the backing is from even the police, when they get a marching order
directive,
and the president is not concerned about political consideration, is not concerned about some people that would say, hey, you are killing our children, you are doing this. A criminal is a criminal. Whatever religion you put on, whether Christianity, whether Islam, if you are a criminal, you should be crushed because you are killing people.
Now, Dr. Adini, let me take you on that question as well. Now, I saw you giggled when he was talking because apparently you also felt, come on, this is not something we should even negotiate. Crush them. I like that term. Now, if we say we love Nigeria as a country and we have enemies who are encroaching onto our territories and killing our people and disarming them and putting them under unnecessary pressure every day, shouldn't the word crush them, should that word not have been in use from the very beginning? Why did it take us this long to come to a point where we start using words like this?
Do you know that as a commander-in-chief, you do not press the button, the red button, so all the time? So you keep that as your last card.
Exactly.
However, the spate of killings is, just unbearable.
So are you going to say other head of states who were there before now were complacent with the situation?
No, because they have all the security reports. So because you will understand that our case is very peculiar because most of these people, we have the issue of so many other social issues around it.
Tribes, religion, and all of that.
Not just that. Unemployment, poverty, lack of orientation, and out of school children.
But that's failure on the part of leaders as well.
That is what we're saying. So if you know that if these people could get employed, you know that if they have minimum standard of secondary education, you know that if they are not poor, you know that if they are not radically inclined, there is a proper reorientation. I put that as pure, P-E-O-R. That is, if you have these four, things in place, that is to say that an average young person that is joining either ISWAP or Boko Haram or any of the militant groups will not find those things attractive because there is employment, gainfully employed. So that is what to say that. Now, the reason why the commanders in chief of armed forces, which is the present president, are probably the previous presidents, why they've not been able to press the red button is that they know that, okay, we can still probably
win them over.
Win and reorientate them.
Not radicalize them.
Yeah, de-radicalize them. So at that point, but you cannot achieve that if you do not use the carrot and stick. Use the carrot by invading them, make sure they don't have anywhere to run to. When they don't have anywhere to run to, they know that the Nigerian armed forces has won the battle, then you cannot go. But if you don't do it that way,
okay, fine.
The implication is that if you are not using the win and de-radicalize them, they will feel that, okay, if they give
Doctor, I totally
attacks,
understand. Kyle, they help me understand this. He has actually broken down a few things. Are you going to also say that the breakdown with our border relations with other African countries also is contributing to this? Because most of these bandits also come through from the borders.
So that's where the word crush should not have any other meaning. You understand? I gave a caveat. I'm not a security expert.
Right.
And it's tried to even go deeper by saying that before they push the red button, there were a lot of considerations. However, lives are being wasted. People are being killed. People are paying bandits. They are paying dues to bandits.
And bandits
to
are
live.
brandishing their wealth.
Do you understand?
On
They
social
have
media.
chased them away from the farm. It has led to hunger. It has led to so many things that is taking us backward. So there's no other language. We don't need a Trump to tell us what to do.
Well, thank you very much. Well, we'll go on a quick break, and of course, Newsweek continues in a moment. Stay with us.